This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Good afternoon, degenerates. What's going on? I am the Doc, John Macaron. Joining me, my guy Phil, here to break down all the things happening in the world of gambling. Let's check in on his bankroll because for me, I always love to count Phil's money, and the more he gets, the more I get to borrow from him, and that's just a great relationship because you always got to have that friend that you know that if you're ever in a pinch, you call up Phil and be like, look, bro, need $1,000, and I know that Phil will then go and probably borrow from somebody else to give it to me, so that's all good, brother. What's going on?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing, man?
Oh, I kept gambling light this week. Only made a couple bets with the Tigers against the Royals. They got a sweep, so that was good. My bet now every day is about $15, and I'm very, very happy with that. Got a good $50 return on the Clippers on a free bet. I can't believe someone offered that as a money line bet, taking the points as well, especially after Kawhi Leonard basically now is going to miss a lot of the postseason with a severe injury. It's crazy what's going on in the NBA. Bro, thank gosh I didn't bet the 76ers because I've never seen a game where a team is up by 12 with like less than 7 minutes left and they don't make another basket until garbage time. That was unbelievable how the 76ers could not close out the Atlanta Hawks. Man, that was a bad beat for the ages, especially if you plunker down some money on the 76ers.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible, dude. I mean, I just can't believe, especially at home, that things like that just can't happen. But unfortunately, if you look at what Doc's done in his career, like, you know, I know he's got the one title, but, man, he's had a lot of quality teams and quality players. And he just can't put anything together. I don't get it, man.
Nobody understands what's going on, especially with the level of talent, especially with the trust of the process thing with the 76ers, all the talent. Ben Simmons jacks up less than 10 shots. I mean, what's his purpose then if he's not going to try and be a leader? So it's crazy. It's looking like, are you seeing it? Are you looking at potentially the Nets and the Suns going at it?
Well, here's the thing. It all depends on if CP3 doesn't miss the Western Conference Finals. Like you said, I mean, I would have to lean towards that right now. But, you know, here's the thing. I mean, look at what happened last week, or look what happened a few days ago with the Bucks. I mean, are you going to count on Jeff Green to give you that kind of production?
Yeah, no, probably not, right? You don't expect that, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, but you know, that's the thing. Like, look, Bogdanovich got hot last night in the first quarter. He was 6 and 7 from 3. Are you going to count on that all the time? You know, so it's real streaky, man.
Understood. I think it's interesting too. I don't know if you've seen it. For the last couple months, the betting has kind of declined in terms of the mobile betting. Online casinos are holding steady, but Michigan sports betting declined for the second straight month. So meaning that sports betting volume slumped for the second consecutive month in May, while online casinos remained close to the state's first $100 million revenue month. So people are definitely pushing the buttons, but they're not going to the casinos as much. Does that make sense? That probably makes logical sense that people that are betting will do it from their home and not go out to the casinos.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm probably not. I'll be honest. I'm not going to go all the way down there when I've got the accessibility to do it from home. And you know, I mean, now granted, I would have figured that the casinos would have picked up a little bit, especially with all the restrictions around us loosening up. People would want to get out and about and, you know, just go about their business. But you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, same. I'm in the same book. I look at it like I'm betting just pushing a button, and it's so easy. Did you see the news potentially with DraftKings getting in a little bit of trouble with a purchase they made, this tech giant, and they maybe have been involved in some illegal bookmaking and things like that? The bigger these companies get, the more warts you start to see. But they look at it and they said that from their side of things, to be fair, DraftKings said that they looked at the operations of their of the tech company they worked with, and they were like, we're okay with it. We're not worried about being in trouble for online illegal gaming?
You know what? Here's the thing, dude. They're just like us. They're always trying to get an edge if they can. So I mean, of course they're going to come out publicly and say that they didn't do anything wrong. But I mean, depending on what kind of look they take, like the boards take a look at it, we'll see what's going on, man.
Understood. Have you been hitting the poker tables? Anything going on with you? Are you having any luck, or the bad beat's still rolling in the bad direction for you?
Well, I got looked up. I got looked up for 17 free flop with 8-4 clubs, and I flopped middle set on a 9-10 jack board with 2 diamonds. Good thing I didn't get in on the turn when the queen of clubs hit. I did have to pay out a river bet though of $40. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to go. 8-4 suited. He's like, I always take a look at suited when my cards are suited. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh my god, bro! The 4 card straights are the worst, and it hits. It's an action situation. There's no way you put them on an 8 to get away from the $40 to save it.
No, well, I sure as hell did not put him on a king, because if he had a king, he would have. See, here's my problem. I should have pounded the turn. Yeah. When it got checked to me, but I was out of position, and some guy. I made a $30 bet and got looked up in 2 spots. So I'm like, what? What the hell could I be up against? I wasn't afraid of king queen, to be honest with you, because somebody would have let out there. So I really had honestly, the only thing I could have done differently, it was literally pounded the shit out of the turn.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to believe that when the 4 card straight's out there, someone's going to have the ass end of it, or potentially they're going to hit something. But nowadays people pay you off with 2 pair. So
well, and that's the thing. To be honest with you, I certainly don't think at that level that someone's going to fold a straight there. Even though I had been playing fairly snug, and I wasn't, that's the thing. I got to open up I guess I've got to open up my ranges a little bit, but it's hard. If you don't make hands, they're not folding. I saw a guy get looked up with ace-9 on a queen jack 9-4 deuce board.
3rd pair, baby. You got to go with it. If you hit it, you bet it. Duh.
So it is what it is. I actually messed around before I went to bed. I believe it was Tuesday night. I looked, because I'm actually up to 500. So I ran a little bit. I ran a little good. Just hitting some small bets here and there. I hit the joker for 130 to score the first bet, because I got the kickback if he would score the second or third bet. So I've been running a little good there. But I bet like $1.25, because Astros were down in the bottom of the 9th, and they were plus 1,400. They came back and won the damn game straight up.
You bet that? You bet $1 and got some money back?
I'm like, dude, oh, what's $1.25? I got $18 back, man.
Hey, that's not a bad way of looking at it. Okay, so your bankroll in terms of sports betting has swung back. Now take it easy, make minimal bets across the board, and let's try to get it to double in the next month. That's the goal. Good for you. So you're making bets in regards to who's going to score the first basket, getting some odds and things like that. How'd you build it up?
Yeah, just basically stuff like that. I hit a small parlay, but I mean, it's just been trying to take advantage of some spots where the line or the betting the run line is favorable. So I took some advantage of the Tigers run good. So just trying to keep an eye on things, betting the inlines, the in-game stuff.
Nice. So that's good. What are your goals now at this point in time?
Well, try and get through work. Try and make sure I learn as much as I can for work. I've had a real hard time doing anything else but that. So.
Gotcha. So you're just doing it the best way you can. and you're trying to build the bankroll back slowly. Was it a 2-team parlay, 3-leg? How many legs did you get in on it?
Yeah, one was a 3-leg. I had a couple other small 2 legs. So, and then just like you said, in that Joker one, that was huge, dude. Like when you put $20 up and you get 130 back, like, it's like, man, I wish I would have bet 100 there.
Right, exactly. So when you look at it, you put the money down and you hit some parlays. You're paying attention to some long odds in the game, in getting betting, as you followed along here on Wanna Bet has helped you along. Okay, let's look at these NBA playoffs. How are you liking things to shake out right now in terms of the Nets and the Bucks? Do you think the Nets will when this comes out, will be in the conference finals?
They should be. Like you said, Harden had a pretty terrible game. And, they were, and I know KD went absolutely bananas. Like, him getting a triple-double is a fairly rare feat. So, but he definitely is capable of putting up 40 points. So, if Harden can play at all and give them any kind of production other than what he did a few days ago, yeah, I don't see the Bucks being able to keep up with them. So. And then, like you said, this Clippers Utah series, man, I would have figured that Utah would have been a lock, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, I would love to see. I love good matchups. I think both teams against the Suns will produce probably a 6 to 7 game series. I think that Devin Booker, my God, do you think that when you see him and the Suns, do you think that maybe he can single-handedly turn it around? Yeah, the Suns have other players, but primarily he's a one superstar player on a Suns team, and he's carrying them. Do you think other NBA teams will look at that and say, you know what? If we can get that one superstar, we maybe can make a run like the Suns are, because they're surprising. They've done a lot of damage.
Well, shit, if you want to talk about surprising, look at Atlanta, dude. Like,
yeah.
Is Atlanta really that good? Like, or is Trae Young really that good that he's like been able to do what he's been able to do as well? So I think this is all situational. Like, I still think it's going to be hard for the Clippers to win that series. So, and Utah's definitely got enough. If Donovan Mitchell is healthy, that series gets real interesting.
Okay, so turning our attention quickly here before we talk about some Detroit sports and some big national news. You looking at golf at all? As we were talking, round 1 is underway in the U.S. Open. I thought about Brooks Koepka, thought about potentially Phil Mickelson as long shots, but Koepka came out hot, but he gave some shots back, and so there aren't any clear bets, so I stayed away from it. Did you drop a couple bucks on anybody that you thought would go out there at Torrey Pines and handle business? There's a lot of good bets, but it's so wide open that, DeChambeau could do some damage. You could have somebody like Phil Mickelson do well, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth always, and then Justin Thomas. There's literally a dozen players you could bet on. So
you actually named a couple. You actually named a couple guys that I put in my I put a lineup together. There's a $10 golf on DraftKings. I put a lineup together with 6 golfers for first place is $1 million. So I was like, oh, why don't I mess around with this? Yeah, I didn't really feel like betting it. Like, I'll wait. That's another thing that, depending on when you take advantage of it, you can look in the app and get some good prices. Like, I had the leader at the Memorial last weekend, and he was leading going into like 16, and then he fell apart. But like betting the golf in progress is definitely a good way to take advantage of some long odds, because, and especially at the U.S. Open, I don't see, like, the scoring conditions are generally lower in that tournament. So like you could have some swings and get some higher odds.
I definitely will pay attention to rounds 1 and 2. Man, I was excited this morning. I had more of the morning free than the evening. And then, of course, all of a sudden, there's an hour and a half delay where the shit didn't get kicked off till 11. So Eastern time, because out in California, I was excited for a 9:45 tee time. If you think about it, I was telling my wife, Andrea, bro, these golfers, sometimes are expected to get out to the course and start playing at 6:45 a.m. That means like a 5 a.m. wake-up call, get to the course by 5:30 and warm up for an hour. Give them credit. 5:30, you got to get to the course in the morning to start a major tournament. I was like, damn. You been getting out to the course at all yourself?
No, I'm actually going out for Father. There's an outing this weekend out at Cracklewood, and I'm golfing with my dad and a couple of our buddies. So, and then I've got another outing at Timberwood on the 27th as well. So I'm gonna get out. Once again. Here's the thing, dude. That's something that is normal to them. To be honest, most of these guys, if they've been doing it as long as they have been, these early tee times, they're used to getting up 6 o'clock, getting out there at 6:30, depending on wherever they're at, and trying to take advantage of being out there early and getting ahead of the crowd. So,
dude,
I don't really think it's that big of a deal to them.
It's 6:07 on Thursday to let everyone know when we're recording this, and Dustin Johnson is just now teeing off because of the delay. This is sweet, bro. We can watch golf for the next 4 hours and enjoy these guys' rounds. Bryson DeChambeau is just out there bombing it. I like Dustin Johnson, but he's missed the cuts too, so pay attention to him. Rory, oh, what a group starting off at 6:08 Eastern time. Man, I love it. I love California golf for majors, man, all the way around. How's your game? How you looking in terms of your game?
I need work on I have issues with my driver, and a lot of it's due to my swing, my club speed. I generally get around pretty quick, so I'm gonna go and take a look probably at like Carl's or something. Have them watch my swing and see what I need to do to get it to match up, because it's fairly well, not super long, but I can hit them pretty straight. So, but getting off the tee is sort of a problem, just because like I generally like my club speed's pretty fast.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that too, because now, as you know, I'm multifaceted, being a psychologist, podcaster, and work for covering the Lions for Sports Illustrated. I'm going to probably, one of these days next week, I'm going to go out there, swing the clubs, get some fitted clubs, and get back out there and compete, because it's fun. I can get up and down a little bit, but I think I want to go where I'm not using the janky clubs that are like hand-me-downs from the fifth generation. It's time to put some money into some clubs and get out there. We got to play, because I think we'll have a good time, because we'll throw down some Coors Light and we'll let it rip and have a good time. So we'll tell some stories this summer, because we got to play. What's your favorite course in Michigan that you just love to get out to?
Well, what I've recently been going to is this Cracklewood. It's nice. It's an 18-hole course. It's pretty well kept up. You know, it's not ridiculously expensive. It might not be like top tier, but I'm not a guy that's like, I'm not someone that's going to go out and shoot like 70 or even low 80s. You know, I'm more of a recreational player, so I haven't taken it that seriously, because game's pretty challenging. So.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's challenging. One good drive, and then you feel good, and then you duff the second shot, and then you're all in the garbage in the bunkers. And it's like, yeah, and there's not too many pros out there. That's what makes it fun, is that everybody's hacking it. So you get out there early, or you get out there later on when you're not in a position to do anything seriously out there to have a good time. So that's good stuff. All right, so you did catch the bets of the Tigers. What do you think, man? Tigers maybe start to look at betting them to win a little bit more or cover a little bit more? What do you think about betting wise with the Tigers?
Yeah, you know what? Like you said, I definitely wouldn't mind taking them against Kansas City, because Kansas City's been pretty bad. A couple series ago when they played Chicago, outside of the one game that they got bombed, like those games were pretty close as well. So yeah, you know, I gotta start taking a little look. Like, I'm not gonna just flat out just bet against them every time now, just because. So I've been playing a little better in some spots. So yeah, it's definitely going to be situational. I have to take a look at the schedule, though.
Was that player at Memorial Garrick Higo? He just birdied. Number 2. He was the one that came back and won last week. So interesting. I like him too. I like that name too, because he came in hot. But right now, leader at the U.S. Open on Thursday, later in the day, is 4 under. So it's gonna be.
Who is that?
Russell Hingley or something like that. Let me look up real fast.
Dude, I gotta look. I think so. So you have a budget. You know how, like, when you do the fantasy lineups, you have a budget. So I was going to go with John Rahm, but he was like $11K. So I dropped down, and I think I actually snuck that guy in there.
Russell Henley is finished. He's in the clubhouse. Francisco Molinari's at 3, Koepka's at -2, and Schauffele's at -2. So you always got to pay attention to Koepka, Schauffele, but our Henley is handling his business. But look, I would say, from my opinion this weekend, guys, the Tigers have struggled mightily on the road against the Angels, whether it be travel or whatever the issues are. I think that potentially betting against the Tigers this weekend might make you some money because the numbers dictate the Tigers don't play well against the Angels.
They don't. It doesn't seem that just like Oakland. If you look at the last 25 games, I think Detroit's literally lost all but one game against them out there. So I don't know what it is about just heading out west or whatnot. But yeah, that doesn't seem like it's too far off base, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, explain to me this golf bet. So you have a budget, like let's say, it's like fantasy football.
It's $50,000. You get You get to pick 6 golfers. Basically, like you just keep an eye. You got to keep an eye on their score. So, like you said, I'll be honest. I said it really quick yesterday. Like I took a look at it, and I tried to pull some data from one site just to see, an idea like who they got projected at finish in the top 10. So I'll have to go on and pull it up when I get off the phone with you, and I'll send you a screenshot of who I got and how I'm sitting right now.
All right. So Phil, prior to giving his play of the week, stay tuned. It's going to be a couple minutes away. He's out there bowling. You're out going to Westland. What's the scoop? What you doing? Can you pull down some cash to add to your bankroll? What's the deal here? How's your bowling?
Bowling's been okay. This is going to be a little bit of a challenging pattern that I'm going out to, but yeah, dude, shit, first place probably going to be $500 or $600. Only cost you $45 a bowl, so.
$45. Is this a 3-game series, or you bet tournament style? What are you doing?
Yeah, so it's 4 games of qualifying, and then after that, depending on how many, normally he gets about 50 to 70 bowlers. So the top 25% will make the cut, and then you bowl elimination style match play to get down to the winner. So if he's got 64, they'll take 16, and then it goes 6, 8, 4, 2, and then the winner.
So is this all taking place on Thursday night tonight, or just next 3 days? This whole thing, start to finish, goes on from the time we're done until you get home at probably midnight or 1 o'clock?
Yeah, so basically it'll probably qualifying will probably take about it starts at 7, will be done probably right around 9:30ish.
Damn.
Because it just spreads everything out. But then the match play games actually go fairly quick. So 11:30 or 12 at the latest should be done.
All right, stay tuned. If you win it, give me an update. Let me know. I'll be up potentially. Shoot me a text. Let me know if you made qualifying. Keep me posted. I'm interested in your bowling adventures. Let me know now. This is coming out Friday. If you have any idea what is a great bet to get some people some money in their pocket.
I'm taking the 76ers on the money line on the road. I don't think they get eliminated. So I'm definitely going to go with the 76ers even after that collapse. I just don't feel that Atlanta can get it done. I still think they're too young. Embiid's got to show why he deserves to be, why he keeps being in the MVP race. So I'm going to take Philadelphia on the money line.
And that's Friday night, right? Friday night on the road.
Yep.
Okay, that's your play of the week. I give you credit thinking that desperation will end up, and I like that too, because desperation, you see teams that, especially too, remember, the Sixers were ahead, so they understand, and it's a collapse, so they should be able to rebound from that. But you don't think that the Hawks smell the blood in the water, and they can handle their business and close it out and really make noise?
It's not that I don't think that they can do it. I still think they're a little too young. Even though Trae Young's been playing really, really well, I think that Embiid's going to step up and really, really take over the game. He didn't. I don't think he had. I'd have to take a look at the stat line, but I don't think he had particularly that great of a game. So I would look for like that 37-15 point game out of him. 37 points, like 15 board game out of him on Friday night.
Man, could you imagine if you're a Detroit fan and the Pistons are about to close out a team and they bomb and choke like that? You want the Sixers, to go on the road. I'm giving you a chance to back out. The Sixers
I'm not backing out.
Going on the road.
Happening.
It's not happening. Phil's play of the week. Look, I like it. He doubles down. He tells you straight. Bet the Philadelphia 76ers on the money line. They're coming back for a Game 7. Ooh, baby, I love Game 7s. All right, good stuff. We didn't talk a lot of hockey today, but I haven't been following the NHL postseason too much. No, it doesn't seem like it's interesting at all. Nothing really crazy to speak on. I guess, Vegas being in it still is cool. I like that Gerard Gallant's back in the league, so I'm not too much intrigued. Maybe our next recording we'll peek more at the NHL situation, but here we like golf. We like to bet more on football and the NBA and Major League Baseball. So right now my bankroll is good. I'm a couple $100 up, taking free bets when I can get them. Is there any free play action that I need to catch up to get some free $20 here and there? Nothing.
No, nothing that I've been able to keep up on as of right now, man.
Okay. Anything good on the UFC to pay attention to on the horizon?
I took Adesanya last week. I didn't take him to get the knockout. I took him to win the decision. That was about it, man. I mean, but that was a pretty safe bet, though. So
understood. Make sure you follow the network at Detroit Podcast. Send us your tickets if you're a big winner, and we'll keep sharing our bets as well. Phil, I appreciate your time. Bet responsibly. I always enjoy talking gambling. And look, I'll tell you this to help out your poker game. Spot the sucker and play aces and wait for the kings. I know you want to open up your range. I say tighten up your range. You're playing against far too many suckers, and bet small and then hammer bets when you think you got the edge, because it sounds like you're playing no limit with like a limit strategy. And you got to respect the fact that these idiots will play 8-4 suited and laugh and then tell you that proudly. So try to keep your poker bankroll in order, and let's turn it around and report some good shit, all right?
All right, brother.
Later.